Same short hair, right? Same height, everything. All right, now, check this out. This is gonna blow your mind. This is gonna blow your mind. Now, what happens is, and the reason I'm talking about this to your recruits is that when you come out there, you're gonna get calls that are very vague when they call the police. They'll say, well, a black female selling drugs in the corner wearing orange dress. They hang the phone up. So when I come around there, I see everybody's black, everybody's wearing orange dresses. So how can I separate them? So what's happening is now is that I can get the wrong person for the scene and the wrong person all together. I get the wrong person for the right person. And I get the right person for the right person. Okay? What's happening now is the wrong person is I find out this person not selling drugs. I run her name and everything. And guess what? No open warrants. She goes on viral way. So go on. Have a seat. I stopped her because she batched description. But guess what? She don't have any drugs. But I ran her name, she has an open warrant. So guess what? She's going with me. She got locked up. She's the wrong person for the scene, but because I ran her name, she had open warrant. Child support. You pay your child support. So look, she's locked up. So the wrong person for the scene, but the right person because we had to get on the street because she had open warrants. Understand that the number one way we get people off the streets to have open warrants is this regular check. Stop like that. Okay? Now, you stop this person right here, she has a drug. So she's the right person for the scene, right person that we want. We lock her up. Right? That's how it happens. So have a seat. Now, you see how weird that is. And how easy for us to get a person that just walked outside. Just think about how many times a person called up and say, there's a black male selling drugs, and a young black male. What's he wearing? I gotta go. Guess what? We still had to respond out to that call. So now when I come to the street, everybody's black, everybody's males. I have no clothing description, nothing. So now I have to go ahead and have to have probable cause to stop a person. I can't just stop a person for no reason. I can't go ahead and just stop you up because you're black. But because they say there's a black individual that's selling drugs, if he's standing there loitering is what? A crime. So I can go ahead and use that as a probable cause to stop this individual. But now, have a seat. I stopped this individual. That's your son. He just came out to the trash out. But now he's sitting out there on the corner. He saw one of his friends, and now he's loitering on the corner with some friends talking about school. But I pulled up because I got called for people selling drugs, and now I don't know which person it is, but everybody's black. But now I got two people that are black that are standing on the corner loitering. So loitering, I can go ahead and challenge them now because they're doing something on the corner and they're not moving. So now I have enough probable cause to stop it. Not for the scene, but just to go ahead and find out if the person might be involved with it. So now I stop this individual. You come outside and you say, why you stop my son? I say, ma'am, step back. Let me deal with this, and I'll get right with you. So now, let's see, some officers don't do that. Some officers said, get back! Get back in the house, ma'am! I'll deal with you in a minute! Get back in the house! So now we're dealing with this stuff right here. Because right now, I don't know what I've got right here. I don't know if this person, because sometimes drugs have weapons, so what I'm trying to do is now deal with this situation and keep this under control and actually quick reaction. I can't sit there and talk to you for a long period of time. I got to get my eyes on this person. So I got to tell you real quick, get back in the house. Now you want to fuss with me. Now I got to keep my eyes on him. And now you're throwing my thoughts off. Now I got to say, man, get back in the house now. And say I got to focus because I don't know who I have. Yes. All right, you understand now? You feeling it now? Yes. So what happens is, be patient. Let the officer do their job. Because what happens is, you got to realize that he has to watch that body language. You don't know what he has. You don't know who he has. Let him do his job. When he found that this person is not the right person, he's going to send him away. They're going to take his name information, going to run his name, make sure he has an open warrant. If you don't have an open warrant, he's going back in the house. What we messed up is when we take things from here and blow it up to a point where we don't understand why the officer stopped him. Because my son just came out of the house. How dare you stop my son? We're getting emotional again. Understand that this officer don't know my son. Understand this. Police officers have been killed by everything and everyone, from old ladies to young kids. The number one way an officer gets killed, the number one scenes an officer gets killed on is a traffic stop. Very dangerous, very deadly, because you don't know who is in that car. So for instance, prime example, Sir Pinky Chair. Mercedes. Alright. He's driving a Mercedes down the street. He's having a bad day. Okay? But he's driving, he's trying to get home. Long day at work. I see a taillight out. So what I do is, I turn my lights on. All of a sudden, he's saying, profiling me. He's profiling me. Why is he profiling me? I'm getting tired of living in Montgomery County, always profiling me. I walk and say, sir, how you doing, sir? License. Why you stop me, officer? Sir, license registration. You always bring on a brother all the time driving a nice car. I can't have a nice car, officer? Sir, calm down. Let me explain to you why I stopped you. I know he stopped me because I'm black, sir. Sir, and he started moving around. So what I'm going to do is start moving around the car. Officer Brown skills, I'm going to say, sir, step out the car. Now you escalate to a point where I don't know if you're trying to do this, go ahead and take my mind off what you got. I'm going to ask you about the car. Now you get madder because I've set you out in the cold. I'm doing it for officer survival skills because I know for a fact that in areas, people can reach for guns and shoot. So now I want to check, because he's kind of doing something kind of weird now, moving around. I don't know he has a bad day. He just to his edge to the point where he's so stressed out, every little thing is irritating him now, so he just snapping out for me. I don't know he had a bad day. I'm just saying this guy's giving me a hard way to go, so he must be up to something. He might have a gun in there. So for my officer's safety, I'm going to take him out of the car, sir. It's about the car. Now, I had the right to do that because in the state of Maryland, and actually most states, you can check the interior of the car for weapons. Anywhere you can reach for and lunge for, I can check for weapons. So I can ask a person to exit the car, and you have to do it. You can't say no to me, because for officer safety skills, I can tell you to exit the car. So now, you exit the car, you're mad. So now you give him all his hand gestures. And I'm reading this motion. And now you stick your hand in your pocket. I said, take your hand in your pocket. I ain't taking my hand in your pocket. It's cold out here. I ain't taking my hand in my pocket. Sir, take your hands in your pocket. I ain't taking my hands out of my pocket. You don't have to take my hands out of my pocket. Next thing you know, I grab your hand out of the pocket, you pull away. Guess what? That's resisted. Now, next thing you know, you get to the car and your handcuffs on. Now you got a good person here. They just got locked up because they don't understand why the officers asked to come in. And it's a shame that we as a society doesn't educate our people on how to deal with police officers. So you understand why we ask you things, why we do what we do. And what you understand is you understand how to stay calm and deal with it. Now, thank you, sir. It's a true story. There's a situation where officers were called to an area for a missing person. The person was missing. And when they got there, it was a guy sitting in his front yard. Well, no, it wasn't a guy, it was a woman. Sitting on her porch, walking back and forth. So the officers walked up to her just to ask her about this missing kid. She just killed her husband inside. So she didn't know about this missing person. So she just in shock. So she's walking back and forth. And the gun was right behind her. She walking back and forth about what she just did. When she saw the officer walking up toward her, what she thought the officer was doing? Take care of her. And what she do to the officer? She shot her. That's why officers don't know what they're getting into. Another example. We had a situation with another traffic stop. This happened in a lot of traffic stops. You just robbed a bank. Or you just robbed a 7-Eleven. You get in your car and you drive off. Because you're scared and you spooked on everything, you weren't paying attention to the front of you. You're looking in the rear mirror to see somebody's following you. You run through a red light. Officers see you run through a red light, they pull behind you and follow you a little bit and pull you over. Why? You don't realize you ran that red light. What you think the officer stopped you for? Robbery. So when I walk up to the car, what's going to do to me? Shoot. You'll kill me. You see how it works? That's why officers tell you to do things because they don't know what they're dealing with. We don't know who you are. You don't have a sign on your forehead saying I'm a good person. I'm not the one. I'm not going to go to it. All I know is I'm stopping a person on a traffic stop. It could be a deadly situation, and I'm walking up to your car saying that, hey, your violation is this, this, this. But you're thinking it's something totally different. Yeah. That's why you have to stay still and be calm. Because officers are going to feed off of your reaction. That's true. I don't care how bad the officer is or how good the officer is, every officer does the same thing. Prime example. Okay? I'm gonna do something real quick, okay? I need you, and you. This is the biggest guy, so come on up here too. You come up here too. Sir, you come up here too. I'm gonna get the biggest people in here, okay? I want y'all stand on either side. Okay? Now, I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. Real quick. This is how I want you to search somebody. Hand on top of your head. Hand on top of your head, sir. Hand on top of your head. Your neck, sir. This is how I want you to search a person, okay? What happens is when you come to the scene, I'm going to give you a scenario. You don't know who I am. What you do it is, I want you to stop me, then I want you to check for weapons for your officer safety skills, okay? Check to make sure he has no weapons before you interview him, okay? You check, make sure you have no weapons. Alright? Alright. After you check you have no weapons, put your hand down, sir. Turn around. What you want to do is you want to keep distance, right? Because, so everybody can see. You want to keep your distance, you want to stay your gun side away from the person. Okay, that's how you want to do it as officers, because all y'all are good officers. Your hand like this, you ask questions. How you doing, sir? Your name?
Sammy.
Last name?
Beijing.
Date of birth?
328.
See how people are looking up and looking down and up? And where you live at, sir?
Springfield.
And your address?
6939 Silent Sugar.
And your telephone number?
703 455.
You're lying. What's your telephone number?
455 6620.
And your height?
58
Your weight? You can lie about that.
175.
We bet no day on 175. Right. Now, so that's how you interview a person, okay? Now, what happens is you'll get a call for a suspicious suspect that can be armed and dangerous. All right? You better read my body language. Because if you don't read my body language, I'm going to hurt one of y'all. I'm going to go over around the corner real quick. Y'all tell me, y'all going to talk among yourselves on how y'all want to deal with me. But you better read my body language. If I get too out of control, if I need to put your hands on you, put my hands on you. You got to control the situation. If you don't read my body language, I will hurt you. For example, when somebody starts barking like this, what's going to happen? You're going to do what?
Take off.
You're going to take off running. Very good. You're going to take off running. You got to read body language. If I start doing like this a lot, what's going to happen? I'm going to try to find a place to run, right? If I start doing like this, what's going to happen? You better read the body language. See, as officers, you learn these body language stuff. And when you start seeing somebody get mad, what do? They do like this. What that means right there. I might attack.
Yes.
Right? It's the same thing you learn about an animal. We are from the animal kingdom.
Yes.
The same signs that animals do when they get aggressive. When you start seeing the hair raise up, when they start taking a stance like this, when you start moving around, you need to read that. Same thing with human beings. You have to read their body language. And this is what officers learn, how to read the body language. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk around there. I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to lay down to the nap. When I come back, if you don't read my body language, I'm going to hurt one of y'all. So read my body language. So I gave y'all enough people to control me. You got to read my body language. I need one person to do talking, the rest of y'all back up. All right, fair enough. I'm going to move this out the way. But I won't hurt nobody. And so I will make sure I won't damage none of your property because I'm just going to throw people on the floor. So I think you probably want to step back a little bit. All right, so y'all ready for me? Say, come on in. The call came out as a black male wearing a cheap suit, a brown tie, and a gold shirt. Okay, that's the description. Okay, he's no, actually it's vague. It said a black male wearing a suit. Is selling drugs, and there's a good possibility he might be armed. Okay, you better read my body language. One person to talking, so you figure out who's going to do talking. The rest of y'all are covered. Okay. Right. Matter of fact, let me take my jacket off. Come on. These cheap suits, you know, they tear in a minute. I'll be over here. Y'all go ahead and talk about how y'all want to deal with this. I'll be right back.
Who's your top for you?
You have to have the voice.
Remember?
Somebody else has been in position.
He might be dangerous.
Somebody has a strong voice. He's coming.